So Bezat Hashem, we're back at the Limud Torah. We in Halachot Shabbat. Siman Reish Mem Tet, continuing today in Sif Katan Yud Gimel in Mishnah Berurah, in reference to what we discussed yesterday and started on Friday. So today is already 22nd of Kislev, which is Monday, the second day of the week of Parashat Shabbat Miketz. Bezat Hashem, so we're here at Mishnah Berurah says like this: Mutar. What is Mutar here? Yud Gimel. If it's Pidyon Ben or Brit Milah, since it's a meal and it's time, the Haggah said it's allowed. Says the Hi Gam Sudat Mitzvah, because it is Sudat Mitzvah, the Pidyon Ben is. Like we said yesterday, Ve'en L'chotam Mipnei Sudat Shabbat, and you can't say that, no, what do you mean? Friday you're going to do Pidyon Ben, on Friday. It's not such a, let's do it on Sunday. And it's going to be a beautiful event, we're going to make it nice. No, and you're going to enjoy Shabbat. So Mishnah Berurah says, you put all those aside. It's a mitzvah right now to do Pidyon Ben, and it's a chovah, by the way, because we saw yesterday something very strange. We said by Rabbi Vadia and Sfaradim hold that you don't push away Brit Milah. You don't do Brit Milah on Friday if it's already pushed off, but Pidyon Ben we do, even if it's pushed off on Friday. And we said primarily yesterday because Pidyon Ben, there is another person involved, Kohen. You owe another person money. You can't be a tzaddik on cheshbon, not paying somebody his dues. So you can't be a tzaddik and say, wait a minute, Friday I have to do Sudat B'Te'avon, and it's already 32 days after Pidyon Ben, after I'm supposed to do it, of the 30 days passed. The Torah says 30 days exactly, now it's already pushed off. So let's do it on Sunday. You want to be a tzaddik on somebody else's cheshbon? Rabbi Vadia says, chas v'shalom. That, very strict. You must do it on Friday, if that's when you got the money. Go and do the Pidyon properly on Friday.
על הבוקר, לא?
לא על הבוקר, whenever you do it. מותר.
מה, זה בשבת שיעשה?
לא, בשבת לא עושים פדיון הבן, מה קרה לך?
אתה אומר מתי שאתה רוצה.
יום שישי. כן, כל יום שבת, ערב שבת. ומכל מקום לכתחילה מצווה להקדימה בשחרית. What more can I say?
לא סבע לשבת.
You're saying exactly like you. Can you be patient?
כן.
ומכל מקום לכתחילה מצווה להקדימה בשחרית, משום כבוד שבת. Here, your words. להלכה, no problem. You could do Pidyon Ben a half hour before Shabbat with the Suda. No problem, להלכה. If you don't want to do it בכבוד, what is a Kohen? Is a shmata? You throw 100,000 in bye-bye? The Kohen came. You know what it is? Honor. How much honor we have to give Kohanim today? I know. This is such a show. Shem Rachem. My neshama is crying. When I came, I can remember 30-something years ago in the Beit Knesset by Bukharians, anybody just landed in America, a Kohen, they would fight which daughter he's going to marry, whose daughter he's going to marry. They would fight. Kohen, to have a Chatan, Domot Kohen, they would die for a Kohen Domot, to have a son-in-law, the Kohen. Today, for the next 15 years, last 15, 20 years, already became Hefka. Kohanim are crying, we can't get married. Something happened. Why? Some imbecile was pushing this Torah. Mamzer Talmid Chacham is more important than Kohanim. They diminished the quote Kohanim. The honor of Kohanim is so low. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody running to give their children to Kohanim. When I was growing up, that's the way it was. Today, so what do you mean? The Kohen came, I'm going to make it matzah with the cream cheese. Kohen came. You have dealings with a Kohen now. How are you going to honor him? That's right. It was like this. They would shech the keves, not because of a child they're doing Pidyon Ben. Because they honor the Kohen. That's right. That's right. It should be respectful. So here I'm holding on Friday, 4 o'clock. Shabbat is 5:15. Now the Kohen could come. 4 o'clock, make it. No problems. Says Mishnah Berurah, it's advisable to do it in the morning. Very nice. Not possible. Not possible. So it didn't come. What should I do? So I should cancel it? No. There's a chovah now. You must pay him even 1 hour before Shabbat. You make a seudah. You understand? People. That's right. כמו שמובא בסימן תר"שת זה, לעניין סעודת פורים בערב שבת, ובדיעבד יכול לעשותה אפילו מנחה או למעלה. Over there, as we speak about Purim Suda is a mitzvah. Why you rejoicing. Why are you eating Purim, Musuda?
You remember
Why?
that we-
Because you want to praise Hashem. Now we're talking about praising Kohen. If for Kohen you shecht keves, for Hashem you're not going to do something kavod.
פורים זה
Purim falls on Friday. This year it's like this.
באמת?
שבת.
Yes,
יום שישי?
I believe so. Yeah,
וואו.
I believe this Purim.
היה שנה שעברה היה.
No, this year I think.
היה שנה שעברה היה.
I know Pesach is on Shabbat, Motzei Shabbos, so Purim is also Friday. Purim is on
פסח
Friday.
זה אב מוצאי שבס?
Yes.
איזה כיף זה.
No, it's not Kev. It's a big problem.
וואו, אוי.
מה זה?
Over here, it's a big problem in Florida. Over here with your garbage cans,
אנחנו
they put
אוכלים.
chametz into the garbage and they're waiting for the guy to take it out.
וואו.
It's a big problem. That means if you're gonna throw chametz into the garbage can on Friday,
Thursday, so you don't eat challah anymore on Friday.
אוכלים.
Problem.
no, Thursday
Matzah
morning is
shira.
a pickup here.
Yeah, so you have to.
So
Thursday,
that means
Friday.
it's gonna be next pickup is on Tuesday,
Arab.
Monday or Tuesday.
Then you don't
so
put
you have
more chametz.
You have chametz. You cannot put chametz anymore in the garbage can after Thursday morning.
You
It's a
gotta
big
throw it somewhere
problem.
else.
In New York, it's not a problem. In New York, there's a garbage sanitation picking up every second, everywhere. Yeah. So people take out probably on Shabbat morning, even because of the roof over there, they'll take out and the going coming and pick up.
מצה עשירה אוכלים.
Huh?
אוכלים מצה.
I eat
Rabbi,
pita.
You just get the opposite.
למה פיתה?
You
מצה
know, the
עשירה.
private
pita on
companies
Shabbat
here,
morning.
you
What?
just get, you tell them to come
Matzah
at a
shira.
specific time. That's it.
Where? Here also it works?
עשירה.
Sure.
Shira.
You tell them to come at a specific time. They come and pick it
אה,
up.
באמת?
I don't know.
ביצים כזה.
כן,
I don't know. Last year I had a big problem with that.
הם אמרו לי...
Last year I had a big issue with it, but last year was not a problem because, gentlemen, last year
פיצה אוכל.
Pesach fell in on the day when there was a pickup. So last year was not a problem. This year is going to be.
I don't know what the regular houses. I don't know how that.
Yeah. There's a big issue here in Florida. It's not like in New York. In New York and in New Jersey, the sanitation department just going around every second picking up chametz. Yeah. On the Erev Pesach. Let's say Erev Pesach. Regular pickup is, let's say, for in New York, where I was living, Monday morning or Sunday or Tuesday morning. Let's say Pesach falls on Wednesday night. The whole Wednesday, sanitation department would have trucks picking up garbage.
Yeah, but the problem because you're falling on a weekend now.
Okay, this one is a problem.
That's a
Yeah.
problem. Who's going to
Big
work on
problem.
Sunday? Nobody's
right.
going to go out and work on
Yeah.
Sunday.
In New York, it doesn't matter. You
They
have
work on a
sanitation.
Sunday on New York?
Of course. They have too much power.
משלמים להם כסף.
Of course,
הדתיים,
it's a lot of power there.
הדתיים.
Okay, so what about so Pesach, Purim? You want to have a Suda? You could have Suda after Chatzot on Purim of day, even though you have Shabbat. But it's a mitzvah. What are you going to do? You have the mitzvah to do proper there. People on Friday night all drunk in shul. Just to let you know.
Well, yeah, but
Most
it's
people-
better to do two Seudat, Rabbi.
Yeah.
I'm
Most
going to
people
do
are drunk.
Seudat before Shabbat.
It's better to do the
תראה, מה
Suda
זה
in the morning.
פורים?
Oh, yeah, in the morning. Nice one.
You know, he says here,
אומר בפורים,
לעניין
זה
סעודת
לא-
בערב שבת, בדיעבד יכול לעשותה אפילו ממנחה או למעלה.
אבל ממש לצמוד אפילו.
You could come close to Shabbat even on Purim. It's not a problem.
To do your
Again,
Suda.
yeah. Well, how do we do it? We usually remember. I have a
Yeah, but
different.
you can't daven. You cannot daven drunk.
So no. But the problem is Friday, Mincha and Arvit. You cannot daven when you're drunk. You're right. But I guess
That's going to be tough.
Do it in the morning.
it's a tough season. I cannot. I usually what I do is I make a Suda in the morning because Shabbat I eat anyway in the morning, like I used to 10:30, 11 o'clock. Now it's a little bit different. But anyway, so you eat meal and you get drunk and go to sleep and then you wake up 3, 4 o'clock, take a shower and go to shul. Khalas. Okay. It's a less.
Yeah, but there's the whole point of the kids dressing up, taking
Yeah,
them around,
yeah.
having fun.
Yeah. If you're a parent like that, I'm not a parent like that. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you have a problem.
I have a problem.
You have a problem. Okay, continue. Let's continue. Yud Dalet.
בוא'נה,
ולאכול ולשתות.
יש בעיה עם זה. מה שאתה אומר עכשיו.
Okay, I know. ולאכול ולשתות בלי קביעות סעודה, אפילו סעודה. So if you're not making like a setting, a meal, the Shulchan Aruch says it's mutar. So let's continue in Mishnah Berurah Yud Dalet. ולאכול ולשתות, ואין בכלל זה אם הוא שותה כל כך הרבה מיני משקה עד שיהיה שבע. He says there is no isur here to drink a lot. Remember, we said לשתות, what are you drinking? Obviously you're drinking arak, vodka. You're drinking stuff with the meal. Well, the halacha says drinking, it doesn't mean water. It means you drink heavy liquid, which is mutar. If it's not something that is like a party event, and that's your regular course of a day, not a problem on Friday. כי הוא בוודאי מקלקל את אהבת המאכל. Because why? The drinking actually helps the digestion system.
Really?
Yeah. והחוש יעיד על זה, and we know that's what happens there. ולפעמים יוכל להיבטל על ידי שכחותו מסעודת שבת לגמרי. However, if a person gets drunk the Friday, then what happens? He will not even be able to eat at all on Friday night, Shabbat. ועל כן מצווה להימנע מזה על כל פנים מ9 שעות ולמעלה. Therefore, it's preferable to stop drinking your lunch with your meal with liquor after 9.5 hours of the day. Again, preferable. Remember that word, people. It is per mitzvah. It's a good thing. It doesn't mean here chovah. It doesn't mean here it's asur. As we said yesterday, where many people make mistake learning Shulchan Aruch thinking it's asur after 9.5 hours to eat a meal. It's not asur.
It's preferable.
It's preferable to stop. But we have a rule. In the Torah, we have a rule. Once something is allowed, in order to be sane people, we don't play games. Mutar, oh no, just limit it. No. Once mutar, there is no limit. Once you start beheter, there is no limit telling you, no, you have to stop. Or you start, or you don't start. That's the halacha. Halacha is, if you start, you enjoy. You cannot have, because human beings are not designed robots. They can't play games with their minds, with their lives, with their stomach is the worst thing to play with a person. Again, there are people who are playing that game, and it's a dangerous game. If you want to be a normal human being, be a normal human being. If you tell me halacha says mutar, I started beheter. Now, don't tell me, oh, but by the way, don't drink too much. Why not? That's his pleasure. That's what he's enjoying. If you told me I'm allowed to start with enjoyment, what are you coming to limit me? What are you coming to limit me? Now, so you think I'm a robot? What do you think I am? Because that's the Chachamim are very meticulous about that. We have to be very careful how we talk to people, how we teach our children. That's why today many people don't want to listen to anybody. Many people, why people don't want to listen to people who learn Torah? Because if you're meburbal with your mind, if your mind is a mishkabubul over there, you can't set rules straight. You have a problem. Or this or that. Don't make people crazy.
מה זה 9 שעות לפני? לא הבנתי, מה זה 9?
From the day, okay. So Shulchan Aruch says,
שעה זה בערך שעה.
Shulchan Aruch says, today it's about 3:10.
Wow.
Yeah, 3:10. 3:10, it's 2.5 hours before sunset.
אז זה הוא מדבר.
Before שקיעה.
אתה צריך כבר לסיים.
2.5 hours before שקיעה, it's about 3:10.
אתה צריך לסיים את הסעודה כאילו.
לא.
9 שעות לפני הוא אומר, בסעודה...
We do not talk to you when you should finish. You start at 2 o'clock, you could finish 10 o'clock at night. Nobody cares.
לא, הבעיה פה...
להלכה.
בשבת אבל, יש לך שבת.
עוד הפעם, אפילו שבת. אנחנו מדברים, אנחנו אומרים
בשבת. אתה מפסס כל השבת?
כן.
בגלל ששגור.
כן.
אבל הוא אומר לא.
He's telling you preferable not to.
אבל זה אומר שלא.
אבל preferable not to. Preferable to be זה, but...
מה שאתה אומר,
מותר,
זה מתאים ליום
התחלת...
רגיל. אבל לפני שבת יש לך בעיה.
זה לא מתאים אפילו ליום רגיל. למה זה יתאים ליום רגיל?
לא, מה הבעיה?
Why should be מתאים to יום רגיל?
מה הבעיה?
You could miss מנחה ערבית?
אתה עושה מנחה לפני.
What, you're allowed to... No, you didn't do מנחה ערבית. You didn't do מנחה ערבית. You started at 12:30. And your meal is going. You start at 12:30. You say here, preferably not to start at 9:30. Right? But once you start it, forget about it. We're talking about preferably not to start after. Again, if you start at... One second. You're making me crazy. No, you're making yourself crazy and me crazy. Preferably not to start after 9:30. זה הבעיה שלך, אתה מבלבל את המוח. Okay, if you start at 3, after 9.5 hours, you have a problem, preferably not to. But if you have something kavua, if you have a meal that's constantly there, this is the only meal that will make whatever needs to be. What your wife said yesterday, she's sick, or your mother, that's the only time she eats, you're allowed to, not a problem. If it's need, there is a need for it. Okay. If there is a need for it. After 9:30, you should never start a meal. But if there is a need for it, mutar. Good, you started. We're talking when you started before 9.5 hours before Shabbat. You started before 3 o'clock. Which is, nobody says not to start. Which the Berurah is saying is good not to. Okay? You started at Shah Eser. and your wedding, your meal is going, Brit Milah is going till 5 o'clock. Did you do any Avirah on Shabbat, Erev Shabbat? Avirah? No Avirah at all. Because you started בהיתר.
כן, התחלנו בהיתר.
That's it.
זה מה שהוא מדבר, נתחיל בהיתר הכוונה.
כן. כל עוד שהתחלת בהיתר אין problem. But let's say you didn't start בהיתר. Is there no היתר? There is no היתר. There is no איסור.
אין איסור, כן.
It's preferably, Shulchan Aruch and Mishnah Berurah explained to you, it's preferably not to start after 9.5 hours. But let's say you start after 9.5 hours, also not a problem.
בסדר, כי יש
Also not a
סעודה
problem.
מצווה.
That's right, that's right.
בגלל שיש לך סעודה מצווה, כן, זה ש...
אוקיי? ואפילו סעודה שרגיל בה בכל יום,
אבל הוא אומר,
הרי
לא
הוא מותר
להשתתף
לכתחיל מן הדין. Here he's telling you, מותר, that's why we hear, חבר'ה, just pay attention. He's telling you, Shulchan Aruch says it's allowed to start according to halacha, even after 9.5 hours. אבל מצווה להימנע מלקבוע סעודה שנהוג בכל 9 שעות ולמעלה. It's preferred even though you have a custom to start a meal after 9.5 hours every day, and so yeah, but if you could prevent to have it, it's preferable from 9.5 hours. So let's see Mishnah Berurah. אפילו, היינו, כמו אפילו רצונו לומר דלה מבעיה בלי קביעת סעודה, כלל דזה ודאי מותר כל היום. If it's not a setting where you're making a big feast, you're allowed to do it even the whole day Friday. The only problem is to start a meal after 9.5 hours, which is gonna be like an eventful meal. That's the problem. ואפילו מצווה להימנע גם כן לקה, אפילו בקביעת סעודה, כיוון שאינו עושה סעודה רחבה רק כמו שרגיל בה, בכל נותר כל היום מן הדין. So if you want to eat just a sandwich, pastrami sandwich, the whole day Friday you're allowed to do it. The only thing that Shulchan Aruch is telling you is that 9.5 hours, if you want to make a seudah that you are ragil, where you're making a whole feast. No, one second, you want to come to the call, הנה, מה, שתי שורות. עליך, תרגע. אבל מצווה להימנע. It's a good thing to prevent to start a meal from 9.5 hours. But if you're starting a meal before 9.5 hours, and it's your regular meal daily, not a question at all. You could start without a problem. Even if it's going to go up to Shabbat. מלקבוע סעודה, here. ואם התחיל, אינו מפסיק. הנה, you see what he's saying? Shulchan Aruch. Mishnah Berurah explaining, if you start it, you don't stop. מתשע שעות ולמעלה, but from 9.5 hours, היינו שעות זמניות. Obviously, talking about שעות זמניות, והוא רביעית, and now he's going, מצווה להימנע, מלקבוע סעודה הרגילה, אפילו קודם 9 שעות. However, it's preferable even, Mishnah Berurah says, it's preferable that you don't start a meal, like a setting meal, even before 9.5 hours. כל שהוא משער בנפשו שעל ידי זה לא יתעב לאכול בלילה. As long as a person knows that he's going to have a problem eating Friday night with the enjoyment for Shabbat, that he shouldn't start.
Yeah, that's what will happen.
However, again, but if he has to, it's not asur. Remember, the word is asur. Today in the world is thrown like you drink water. Today,
לא, אני גם חייב ללכת פתוח לתחנה.
today, חבר'ה, people use the word asur on everything almost. And then what happens? And all of a sudden they go to a mixed boys and girls party. And then they ask questions why the children are messed up. What does it mean asur? What do you mean asur? What do you mean asur?
הכל מותר.
לא הכל מותר ולא הכל אסור.
לא, אבל עד
You have to
גבולות,
know.
יש גבול.
You have to know the halacha, follow the halacha, and everything will be אבוא עליו בשלום. Anyone who needs to go to make פרנסה, לכו to make פרנסה, בשלווה, בנחת, בשמחה, להיקבע רמני, without any problems, without any צרות, only in good health.
מברך דיבורה.
Amen.
Yes.